Audio Jungle.
Hi, I'm Angela. I'm here today at the IBV Privé Umhlanga Park Square. We are here with Jacquie Bhana. Jacquie Bhana is one of our gurus as part of Business Sense editorial partner. She's also one of our top businesswomen 2022. She's also part of our KZN Leaders collection of 2024. So Jacquie, I'm just going to ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, thanks, Angela. I've been in the corporate world for many years, and 4 years ago I left to start my own business to do what I absolutely love, which is developing people. So I do business coaching and life coaching, mentoring and mental health counseling, and in addition to that I do business consulting. But my coaching and mentoring focuses very much on high performance. So it's to get individuals from where they're at to a high performing stage and being the best they can be, because a lot of people who work with me are those who want to improve their own performance, and they want to do well. So I love working with them, and that's really my core focus. Business coaching and life coaching creeps into that inevitably. Mentoring of various individuals from graduates through to managers. Mental health counseling has become a really big part of my focus, and then of course there's business consulting. I do high performance teams, build high performance teams, build succession for managers or CEOs who need people to take over from them in their business. And that's a very rewarding part of what I do as well.
Jacquie, we spoke just now about line managers and the transition from being part of a team to now being in charge of that team, and how are they equipped or not, and how you can help them with that transition.
So what's happened, Angela, in the few years I've been out on my own, I find there's a problem that comes into play, because the best performers in a team are invariably made a supervisor or manager of a team. And whilst they are fantastic performers, they're suddenly thrown into the deep end and they need to manage people, and they are absolutely rotten at it because they don't know how to get individuals to build KPIs, work towards KPIs. They need to start managing their performance. They need to manage people who come to work late, who have all sorts of problems. They're not equipped to deal with that. So I canvassed a few colleagues out in the field, and they are really excited for me to introduce this program called First Line Management. It's a basic transition from being a worker to being a manager.
So Jacquie, could you explain to me, what does KPI mean?
KPI is an acronym for Key Performance Indicators. It is often what we do in work is tell somebody or agree on doing a piece of work. So you could agree to send out reports frequently. So the question is, what does frequently actually mean? It means different things to you and I. So what managers and employees are meant to do is agree on what that deliverable has to be, and then work towards that deliverable. It isn't complex. You know, people talk about performance management as if it's this management
Is it a measuring tool?
It is a management tool, but it needs to be worked with the employee and the manager. It's an organizational initiative where everybody needs to understand what their goals are, and that's another word for KPIs, I think.
Right.
It's goals.
Yeah.
Goals that both the manager and the employee set in line with where the business wants to go. So the first line management training, I think firstly they need the training on how to be a good manager to start off with, to be a competent manager. to feel confident as a manager, to build the trust of the team, even as he or she now becomes the manager of a person, even though their roles have changed. And then following that training, I'm offering individual coaching. So as they work with this skill and competency, we then work with the areas that they struggle in. So for example, one of my experiences have been that managers are afraid to actually give people negative feedback, to say actually you aren't performing in these areas. They are terrified of doing that. They don't know how to tell the employees that they need to be at work early every day. When people have issues and problems at home and don't come to work, they don't know how to deal with the absenteeism and the issues related to those. Those are all part of being a manager, and they're no longer part of the establishment of dealing with just the technical outputs.
Right, and maybe they're afraid to become unpopular.
That's a very big thing. Also, for people in the factory, for example, if they become a supervisor, they travel with these people. They travel in taxis, so they're actually one of them. And often there's a bit of dissension, and people don't like the fact that you are traveling with them and now they can get you, and it becomes very scary.
Very scary.
Yeah.
So should we talk about when are you going to, can we access these courses on your website?
It will be accessible on the website. That's part of my plan for the next 3 months. The first line management is a key program, and that's one that I will offer soon, which will be in the next 3 months, because there's just such a desperate need for it. So I do believe that as I fulfill a passion of my own, there's just a strong need for it out there. And it's not just small business that needs it, it's also big business.
Absolutely.
So I'm canvassing both big business and small business, and they will all be invited to participate, which is quite exciting.
And will we be able to see that on your website?
Okay, my website is jacquiebhana.co.za. It's quite comprehensive. It does cover all the services I offer. It covers a few webinars I've done, which have been very popular, extremely well received. So in addition to that, it covers the courses and the services I offer. So the First Line Management program will feature there.
The First Line Management course will be available on Jacquie's website. However, we will also be marketing that through Business Sense.
Yes, for sure. And I will present that program in person. And I will be able to do it with teams within organizations, or I can have a group of people in a public course.
Yes, or we can talk about it on a webinar further.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thanks, Jacquie.